Welcome to Middle Class Matters, Business News in English from Dr. CMA Allegation on the Securities Exchange Board of India, that is SEBI order on Subash Chandra, Chairman, and Punit Goenka, Managing Director of ZEE Limited, on their alleged diversion of rupees 200 crore from ZEE Limited, and they are being debarred from being directors or key managerial personnel in any of the ZEE Limited or associated or merged or demerged entities. That is, after merger of ZEE with the Sony, in that company they cannot hold any position. The final order has been passed. Continuation of the next part. Primary issue 13.1. Whether the entities have been able to refute the prima facie findings of the interim order with cognate evidence that necessitates modification or revocation of the interim directions issued against them. Sub-issues 14. In order to answer the aforesaid primary issue, the following sub-issues needs to be answered. 14.1. Whether the prima facie findings of the interim order that entity number 1 has issued the LOC in his official capacity has been refuted by him. 14.2. Whether the entities have been able to refute the prima facie finding of the interim order that the funds which were received by ZEE Limited from the 6 associate entities were not their own funds, but the source of funds were ZEE Limited, its subsidiary and listed companies of SL Group. 14.3. Whether the prima facie findings of the interim order that the disclosure made in the annual report of financial year 2019-20 regarding receipt of funds from the 6 associate entities was a misstatement or misrepresentation has been refuted by the entities. 14.4. Whether the prima facie findings of the interim order that the actions of the entities have led to the violations of provisions of PFUTP regulations has been refuted by the entities. 14.5. Whether, in the light of the submissions made by the entities, is there a need to revisit the directions issued under the interim order? 15.1. Understand that a detailed investigation in this matter is being conducted by SEBI, the outcome of which will decide further course of action and initiation of further proceedings in the matter as might be required as per the law. However, at present, I proceed to deal with the issues enumerated above as per the material available on record and submissions made by the entities. 16. Having carefully considered the oral and written submissions made by the entities, I find it appropriate to segregate certain facts of the case as stated in the interim order and as available on record, which have also not been disputed by the entities so far, and these undisputed facts are listed in a chronological order in the table below. Table number 4. 1. September 4, 2018. Entity number 1 had issued a LOC to Yes Bank Limited to the tune of INR 200 crore for loan outstanding in SL Green Mobility Limited. 2. July 24, 2019. Yes Bank Limited had liquidated the fixed deposit of INR 200 crore of ZEE Limited held by it towards the dues of 7 associate entities. As per annual report of financial year 2019-20, the 7 associate entities have been shown as related parties of ZEE Limited. 3. September 18, 2019. 7 associate entities wrote to ZEE Limited that it has come to their knowledge that proceeds in relation to a term deposit of ZEE Limited has been transferred to their current account and that they would be returning the said proceeds. 4. September 26, 2019 to October 10, 2019. The bank statement of the 7 associate entities shows that cumulatively they have transferred funds to the tune of INR 202.5 crore to ZEE Limited, INR 2.5 crore as interest. 5. September 30th, 2019. ZEE Limited wrote a letter to Yes Bank Limited disputing and objecting to its act of misappropriating ZEE Limited's fixed deposit. 6. October 11th, 2019, Yes Bank Limited letter to Z Limited regarding appropriation of fixed deposit of INR 200 crore. 7. October 17, 2019, attention of Board of Directors, an audit committee was drawn for the first time on the alleged appropriation by Yes Bank Limited of the fixed deposit. Further, Z Limited made the corporate announcement to BSC Limited on financial results for the off-year ended September 30th, 2019, informing that Z Limited has been reimbursed the money amounting to INR 200 crore from the 7 related entities. 8. November 22, 2019, resignation of Mr. Subodh Kumar, non-independent director of Z Limited, and Ms. Naharika Ogra, independent director from Z Limited. 9. November 24, 2019, resignation of Mr. Sunil Kumar, independent director of Z Limited. 10. November 2019 to June 2020. Regular updates were given to the Board of Directors and Audit Committee of Z Limited regarding the progress made in the fixed deposit matter. 11. June 21, 2020, Z Limited commissioned Grant Thornton India LLP to carry out an audit regarding the related party transactions carried out during the period April 1, 2018 to September 30, 2019, and a report was prepared on the procedures adopted by Z Limited. July 22nd, 2020, Z Limited and Yes Bank Limited agreed to resolve the matter pertaining to the fixed deposit without causing any prejudice to each other. July 31, 2020, the report prepared by Grant Thornton India LLP was submitted to the exchanges. 14. August 18, 2020, Entity Number 1 resigned as Non-Executive Director and Chairman of Z Limited. 15. August 19, 2020, Entity Number 1 was appointed as Chairman Emeritus of Z Limited. 16. December 2020 to January 2021, correspondences between SEBI and Z Limited regarding letter of comforts issued by the entities. 17. June 14, 2021, adjudication proceedings were initiated against Z Limited and the entities for the alleged violation of LODR regulations. 18. June 27, 2021, SEBI issued an advisory letter to Z Limited cautioning it to be careful and to ensure compliance with LODR regulations. 19. July 6, 2022, SEBI issued show cause notice to Z Limited and the entities for the alleged violation of provisions of LODR regulations. September 2, 2022, Z Limited and an entity to 2 filed settlement applications with SEBI in relation to the show cause notice dated July 6, 2022. April 18, 2023, settlement applications of Z Limited and entity to number 2 was rejected by SEBI in the adjudication proceedings. April 27, 2023, SEBI sought certain information details with respect to INR 200 crore fixed deposit appropriation by Yes Bank Limited. May 8, 2023, Z Limited responded to the above letter of Z providing the relevant information. 24 June 12, 2023, interim order was passed. 17. Further, the role of entities in the subject matter as prima facie identified in the interim order and which has not been contested by the entities is as follows. 17.1. Entity number 1. 17.1.1. He had issued the LOC to Yes Bank Limited. 17.1.2. At the time of issuance of LOC by him, he was non-executive director and chairman of Z Limited and is currently chairman emeritus Z Limited. 17.1.3. He was also chairman of SL Group at the relevant time. 17.1.4. He is part of the promoter group of Z Limited and is an integral part of SL Group. 17.2. Entity number 2. 17.2.1. He was the managing director and chief executive officer, hereinafter referred to as MD and CEO of Z Limited at the time of creation of fixed deposit. 17.2.2. He was at the helm of affairs of Z Limited when the fixed deposit of INR 200 crore was liquidated by Yes Bank Limited and when the 7 associate entities repaid the money to ZEE Limited. 17.2.3 is part of the promoter group of ZEE Limited and is an integral part of SL Group. 18. From the above, it can be seen that apart from being father and son, both the entities are integral part of SL Group and were also members of the board of directors when the fixed deposit was created and the money was apparently repaid by the 7 associate entities to ZEE Limited. 19. I now proceed to deal with the submission of the entities in the context of the scope of the extant proceedings. 20. At the outset, I would like to address one of the preliminary issues raised by the entities with respect to SEBI Settlement Proceedings Regulations 2018, herein after referred to as settlement regulations, and the connected issue of reliance placed on the order in the matter of Shirpur Gold Refinery Limited. 21. The entities have submitted that the interim order must fall on the ground that the information which was used to pass the interim order in the extant matter was gathered contrary to the provisions of settlement regulations. Further, it has also been argued that the interim order at various paragraphs has referred to and relied upon the findings in a separate order in the matter of Shirpur Gold Refinery Limited, but there is no basis for invoking the Shirpur Gold Refinery Limited order qua the entities since they were not array as parties therein. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, share it to your friends as an information dissemination for those who are investing in the equity market. Please be careful while investing your funds in the equity market. Choose the right type of company which are standing for more than 50-60 years or 100 years, and in that also invest in the proper company. Thanks for watching the video.